In the heart of Kuwait in the 1990s, there was a celebrated wedding singer named Noura Ataqaqa. She led a small but well-known all-female ensemble, musicians and vocalists who were frequently invited to entertain at weddings and other celebrations among affluent families. Her fame was solid, her voice graceful, and her presence commanding. This was the golden era of her career. One evening, all seemed like other performances she had done many times. She got a phone call from a woman, elderly, asking whether Noura could perform at her daughter's wedding that very night. The catch: it was late, maybe past normal hours. The payment offered was unusually high. Though she hesitated, the promise of good pay persuaded her and her group to accept. They drove out to a mansion set in a remote area, grand and beautifully lit. They were greeted with all the trappings of a luxury wedding: decorations, music already playing, guests milling about, laughter, and the host's warm welcome. It was, Noura thought, one of her more opulent gigs. They prepared, arranged their instruments, even changed outfits. At about 10 p.m. or so, they began their set. At first, everything seemed ordinary. People dancing, guests asking for songs, applause. The band was comfortable, enjoying the performance. But as the night deepened, subtle oddities crept in. A band member commented on the guest's skin. It felt hard, perhaps coarse. Features looked strange. The dancers never seemed to tire. Their energy was unnatural. Clothing, voices, gestures, there was something off. One of the guests who kissed Noura's cheek felt her skin was hard like stone. Shadows moved oddly. Laughter echoed in strange ways. When the clock neared midnight, the host asked them not to stop, even after Noura suggested they might pause. Darkness struck suddenly. Electricity or lights went out. Panic fluttered in the hearts of the musicians. When the lights came back, some guests appeared to have animal-like legs, hooves, or goat-like extremities instead of human feet. The change was grotesque, and terror spread. One of the band members, Siam in some versions, fainted from fright. Others tried to keep singing to maintain calm, trying to convince themselves nothing supernatural was happening. But the tension became unbearable. Then time passed strangely. Hours felt like minutes. Suddenly, as dawn's call to prayer approached, or as morning broke, everything went silent. The house, so alive a moment before, seemed deserted. The grand decor, the guests, the music, it all vanished. Only blank walls, darkness, silence. The mansion looked abandoned, as though no wedding had been held there. Outside, they ran into an old man. They told him what had happened. Trembling to their shock, he said, "That house? No one has lived there for years. It's abandoned. Furniture gone. No signs of recent life. All the sounds they heard, the people they saw, perhaps illusions." The trauma was lasting. In some tellings, after that night, the group disbanded. Noura refused further bookings. She withdrew from performing. Her appearance changed. She became quieter. She put up verses of the Quran in her rooms. Incense or frankincense scented the air. Some say she was physically thinner, mentally shaken. Her media appearances dropped, and she essentially disappeared from public performance. One lesson in the story is the importance of placing one's faith in Allah above everything else. When faced with the unknown, jinn, supernatural events, or frightening experiences, it's our trust in Allah that can provide protection, inner strength, and peace. Islam teaches that Allah is the one who controls all affairs, seen and unseen, and that nothing occurs except by His will. This story reminds us that when we we feel helpless or scared, our ultimate refuge is with Him through prayer, remembrance, dua, supplication, and seeking protection through the Quran and Sunnah. Islam provides us with spiritual tools to protect ourselves from harm in both seen and unseen realms. Among these are Quranic verses which Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and righteous people have used as means of refuge. One of the most famous is Ayat al-Kursi, which is recited for protection and regarded as a powerful shield. Its virtues are widely noted. Also, the last two surahs, Al-Falaq and An-Nas, known together as Al-Mu'awwidhatayn, are among the primary recitations for seeking refuge from all forms of evil. In addition to these, there are powerful du'as that one can say, such as, I seek refuge in the perfect words of Allah from every devil and every poisonous reptile, used as a supplication for protection, with a hadith that whoever recites it when settling in a place will be safe until he leaves it. Another lesson is the importance of knowledge and judgment. Often in folklore, people are unwittingly led into situations they don't fully understand, accepting invitations without knowing who is truly hosting, not being aware of possible risks. Islam encourages seeking knowledge, verifying what is true, not accepting everything at face value, especially when something seems odd or against reason. The story highlights how doubt, careful attention to warning signs, and humility before the unknown are healthier than rushing into something simply because it appears lucrative or prestigious. One Islam Shop, created by One Islam Productions, where every purchase spreads Islam. From miswaks and premats to the Medina and Palestine jerseys, and a range of Zaki Kids products like the Arabic pack, bedtime pillow, and talking Zaki toy. Every item supports our Islamic productions. One Islam Shop, 100% profits to Dawah. We ship worldwide. Shop now and earn Sadaqah Jariyah at www.oneislamshop.com.